Hey there, in today's video we'll be breaking down how to build a profitable welcome flow in 2025. More specifically, we're going through some tips and tricks on how to generate the most cash possible, land in the inbox, and ultimately convert customers on autopilot. So let's dive into it. What is a welcome flow? This is the first flow your signups will enter when going into your email marketing. The goal of this flow is basically to educate, nurture, and ultimately convert signups. With a brownie point being setting expectations of what they can expect in the future if they choose to be subscribed to your email list. The first trick is the Trojan horse method. So this is our audience flow, the number one trick we use to convert first-time readers. Works a treat every time. And here are a few reasons why. So if you signed up to 100 different e-commerce brands, I guarantee you that 90% of them off the bat will just send you a flashy design promotion. And sure, they convert, but plain text converts a lot better. So when someone gets a plain text email, their sales guard is down. They don't feel like they're being sold to. When someone feels like they're being sold to, it can lead to, sale guards rising up. And you can write more copy on a plain text compared to a design. So in a design, you usually have like a headline, a lead, button, a few bullet points, button. In a plain text, you can write a whole story, a big thank you letter, so on and so forth. You've got a lot more room to move. It's better for deliverability because ISPs such as Yahoo, Gmail, iCloud, they can scan your email content and know what you're actually shooting to the reader. And it's also a pattern disrupt. So as mentioned in the first point, most brands will just send designed emails. So if you send plain text emails, automatically you stand outside of the crowd from everyone else. And to prove my point, here's a brief A/B test or a screenshot of one they ran for a big 7-figure D2C food brand, and this is just 5 days from launching it. But as you can see, the plain text had a 6.3% lift in click rate and generated an extra £1,000. So the principle works, and feel free to go and test it if you don't believe me. So the next part is psychology and outline of a printing welcome flow. So people sign up to your welcome flow for one reason. They want to learn more about your brand. The point of the welcome flow is therefore to indoctrinate the reader into your brand. This means explain your unique selling point, why you solve X problem, and handle any objections the reader may have. But ultimately, the main goal is creating trust with the reader and an emphasis on trust. So in a second, I'm going to break down the exact outline of a welcome flow that we use, an audience flow, but to give you some perspective on if the structure works or not. It's something really recently set up. So as you can see, in roughly 90 days, saw a 4,577% increase in sales from our welcome series, LNT, Max and Tom. So as promised, we'll go through this with you now. I've got two of them open. When it loads, here we go. So someone signs up to your brand, the welcome one, the plain text, just give them the opt-in incentive, so the 10% off, the free cookbook, wherever the gift is, explain why you're different, and briefly touch on your why, which is your brand story. Pretty much all e-commerce brands neglect this, your brand story. That is the only thing that is really unique about your brand. People can copy your products, but they can't copy your story, so use it. After that, see if they bought, yes or no. Conditional split. The yes is, the goal here is basically just to prime them to open your future emails. So this is building goodwill. The actual return of the purchase should be done on what's called a post-purchase flow. So that'll do most of the heavy lifting if someone's bought. So for the most of this video, we'll be focusing on if they haven't bought side of it. So after the first email, you'll wait a couple of days and you'll send welcome to. So this is going to be a design email, basically reiterating the offer. So that'll be giving the coupon, the book, some benefits, a bit about why your brand's unique, and some social proof. Welcome 3. It's also a good part to put bestsellers on. Give them some choice, loads of friction if it's designed for a click. Welcome 3 is reviews. So this is basically just to build trust with them. If you're struggling to pick what type of reviews to use or the angle of the email that you're going to use, copy all of your clients or your business's reviews, put them into ChatGPT and identify the most common recurring review or desire that the person has or outcome. After that, you'll send a welcome 4, which is the us versus them. So you'll be in a direct comparison with your competition, and this is a really good way to basically just handle any objections that someone may have. Welcome 5 is just going to be resources. So let's say you're in a DC cooking brand, you'll be sending them recipes or blogs on how to do X, Y, Z, how to cook the perfect chicken, how to make the perfect pizza. This is just building goodwill with the reader. And secondly, just prime them to open your emails. If you're constantly giving people value, they're going to keep opening it. Welcome 6 is for social media. So you want to direct your readers, or like a private community if you have one, direct your readers to social media or this place for more touch points. So if you're sending 3 emails a week, but you're also posting 7 times a week, the likelihood of them encountering some of your content is high, so you're always top of mind. Welcome 7 is FAQs. So you're basically just handling the main objections. Best place to find these objections or like deep desires are Trustpilot reviews and customer support chat. Big emphasis on customer support chats as well. That is a gold mine. If you look into, so if you're struggling for like customer support chats or what the objections are, actually look for reviews and turn it in, like reverse engineer it into a question. So say someone's trying to lose weight and all the reviews are about losing weight, then you can reverse engineer it into, will this help me lose weight? Because that's a big objection they're going to have. Have they bought? Yes or no? If yes, they'll basically enter where the buyers are. Something called a drip sequence. So this is just continuously priming them to open your emails. So you'll basically do all of your best performing campaigns at the same interval, like time periods that you will be sending usually. So let's say, for example, you send it once every 3 days, then all of your best performing campaigns will be spaced out 3 days in between them. That way, when they do enter your main broadcast list, so when you're usually sending campaigns out, they're primed to open them. If they haven't bought already, then this part is going to be plain text heavy objection handling. So the first one is basically going to be just checking in, like, I see you haven't used your discount. Is there anything I can help with? In the PS section, testimonials. Again, plain text, not designed. These ones need to feel personal, like you're checking in, like you basically care about them. The second one, welcome 9, is basically going to handle price objections. So firstly, if you're an expensive brand, own it. Don't beat around the bush. Just say we're expensive, but there are reasons we're expensive, and it's this benefit, this benefit, this benefit. And to help you see why we're worth it, here's your percentage off to try us out. But the main one on this one is just convincing people that it's almost like a risk-free purchase. So you're just trying to push them over the edge by saying, look, it's expensive, or it costs this much, and here are the reasons why. You can even, I didn't put it on here, but put testimonials on it to see that you're not like making this up. Welcome 10. This is a plain text breaking down one of your testimonials by a specific type of testimonial. So earlier when you were doing the FAQs and you saw a reoccurring theme, so in this example I'm going to show you is joint pain. If you see a reoccurring theme of people struggling with joint pain, you want to find a really powerful, in-depth review on the product about how it helped their joint pain. The reason why is the readers are more than likely struggling with that current problem right now. So you're going to write a plain text breaking down how this person was struggling with that problem and how they went over this bridge and now they're in this, dream state now. I'll show you. So this one's basically, again, as I said, it was like a collagen brand for joint pains. So you can see the customer had joint pains, torn meniscus, bone spurs. The steroid shots, this specific brand, basically their audience doesn't like big pharma or big corporations. So you might see me saying stuff about different collagens, big collagen companies, medical stuff. Just know that this is brand specific. When you're writing these type of emails, you have to understand what your audience's psychographics are. So like political and religious, and just like family values in general. But tangent over, I'll get back into this. So it's basically saying, look, she was in the position you were. Doctor said you can only have stereotypes, like these steroid shots, to help you out, until she discovered what all the big companies don't need to know, and to put into her words, testimonial. So you're basically breaking it down in a dream state way, and then it's mainly females as well. So a husband's going to play a really big part in their life. So it's, her husband also noticed X, Y, Z, and to help you be our next success story, reiterating the welcome code to them. Again, risk reversal if you have money back guarantee, that if you don't see results like Rhonda did, then we'll give your money back. So it's like in the reader's mind, win-win. The next part is friendly check-in. It's a bit different to the first one, because on this one, again, I didn't put this on the Miro, but on this one, you don't actually want to sell to them. You want to ask questions. And this is just first party feedback, Like, it would simply be, hey there, Tom from Audience Flow. I see you haven't used your discount yet. Is there any reason why? Can I be of a helping hand? Just drop me a reply to this email and let me know. Put a footer with buttons in the email, but don't put any big links. You'll be surprised at how many people reply to you, and then based on those replies, just keep tweaking your welcome flow to handle what the person was struggling with. And if you have a good customer support team, they'll be able to handle those objections and get someone to buy. Then the last one, Welcome 12's final warning. Now, this one is basically saying time's running out. Do not make it fake scarcity, so only say time's running out if you have a timer on your coupon for it running out, if you've got low stock. If you're mainly a subscription model, that may mean one-time purchases, have limited stock, Make it real scarcity. Don't scare the reader into purchasing. It's just unethical. And then from there, these people would just get put back into the drip sequence, and then over time, you'll convert them. But the good part of this welcome flow is all the questions and replies you get, store them somewhere, and just constantly tweak this, tweak this, tweak this, tweak this. So I'll put this Miro in the description below as well, so you can take a look through at your own pace. After this, we're going to go into the top 5 mistakes to avoid. So number 1, in the welcome flow, so they sign up, don't just bombard them with product pictures. They've just met you. It's like if you met a new guy or girl at the bar, and then you're all of a sudden just asking them for a load of favors. You met them 2 seconds ago. It's a bit odd, So you wouldn't treat your customers or potential prospects like that. So avoid sending just back-to-back sales emails. On the first one, a big design product carousels everywhere, and discount stacking. So first, second, third, all have different discounts. You're just going to come off as desperate. Balance your welcome flow or your offers with education, storytelling, and trust building. Don't neglect deliverability. So welcome flow is your first impression with inbox filters. If someone signs up to your email list, their Gmail, Outlook, whatever, hasn't got a reputation with your domain. So off the bat, you want to tell the ISPs, we're good guys, don't put us in spam or promotions. So avoid sending a designed email for your first one. Always go plain text. Linking too many domains, so that can trigger spam filters, and avoid words like, here's your all caps free ebook, or best deal last 24 hours. You're just going to get put into promotion or spam. So as mentioned earlier in the video, use the plain text from the founder as email 1, and make sure your text is set up correctly. I did another video on this about how to get out of spam by like your DNS, so your SPF, DKIM, DMARC, make sure they're all stellar. Don't talk about you too much. So loads of brands do this mistake, and it's your brand story matters, but only if it benefits the reader. No one wants to sit here and listen to you go on and on about your life story if they can't take any value out of it or any lessons out of it. So avoid sending like a full timeline of your brand's journey in email 1, because people don't care. Don't talk about all your team members and they do this, we do this behind the scenes before you talk about the benefits of your product, because they're not going to care. And we started in 2020, we got to this. Intros don't work unless it relates to the reader. The caveat to that one is if it's a health-based product and it's like, I've been a doctor since 1990s, then you're building authority, but you get my point. Frame your story around the problem you solve for the reader, not like a ego rub, or like trying to put your brand in this big old spotlight. Don't introduce complex product lines too early. So as soon as someone signs up, you don't want to just throw your whole product catalog at them. They're just going to get overwhelmed and be like, what the hell is this guy doing? Keep it simple. Just put your bestseller first, so your hero product. Don't try to explain absolutely everything about your business. Like the key to this rule is just simple. Simple beats everything, Confusion just kills conversions. Keep it simple and people appreciate it. Just keep a clear CTA. So some brands sell too much, some brands sell too little. Don't be afraid to sell to people, but don't do it too often. So by that I mean there's a common saying with some marketers about sell without selling, and while that is true, you want to sell to people, like be clear that you're selling to them and where they can sell to. Be clear when you're giving value to them, where they can get value from. Like some people will argue with that, but in my opinion, if you're going to sell, sell. If you're not going to sell, not sell. So I hope this video helps, and yeah, if you liked it, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you own a D2C e-commerce brand and you're looking to add an extra $25,000 to $100,000 to your business in the next 60 days or get a full refund if you want to do so, you can learn more about Audience Flow by clicking the link below or typing up audienceflow.io. So yeah, hope this helps, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll be sure to get you an answer. Cheers.